everyone. I'm Damini, your host for today, and today I have Mr. Harsh Sindrodia, who's the Associate Manager at Borderless Access. Thank you so much, sir, for accepting my invitation, and you actually agreed on a very short notice. Thank you so much,
Uh,
sir.
Thank you, Damini.
Yes, sir. So, without taking your much time, so would you mind sharing your college life? Would you mind sharing your journey in the college, like what all sort of activities you were engaged in?
Correct. So I heard many people saying that legal is something which they did not want initially. It eventually happened, but to some extent, after class 12, I wanted that I want to be a lawyer, and that is where I want to pursue my career. So with LLB, I did my company secretary CS so that it has weightage, and then I recently completed my master's in business law from NLSIU Bangalore. So this has been my college life. Yes, I was very active in co-curricular activities in my college days. I did theater, so I participated in multiple colleges inter-college competition or our college competition. So I did 3-year LLB after my BCom. So uh, I did not go to, means I was kind of obedient in terms of study. So I do not used to mingle around much in college. After the classes were over, I used to come home. I did my LLB from Odisha, that is Utkal University. Simultaneously, I was doing CS. So there were a lot of things that I had to study because of the hectic schedule that one has to follow in CS. So yes, this is how my college life was.
So you said that you were very much focused, like you did not used to mingle around. So can we say that you were very studious and serious kind of a student who used to just focus on studies, studies, and studies?
Yes, to some extent, yes. And that did not help me initially in my corporate life because that made me introvert. So my suggestions to other will be that you should to some extent start socializing with people, because in corporate you cannot be restricted to oneself. You will have team, you will have your fellow colleagues, you'll have other teams, you'll have client, multiple stakeholders. So it took time for me to get out of the cell and communicate with people. And eventually, after 5 or 6 years of experience now, I have been able to do or come out of my cell after, say, it took time for me to come out of my cell.
That is why people say that you have to be very social because man is a social
Correct,
animal, so you have to actually go for networking because
correct,
even you are in a corporate world or even you are in a legal field, I think networking is very much important for people. They should talk to more and more people, and
correct.
I think LinkedIn is something which is actually bridging the gap between the professionals and the students. So I would just ask you one thing, like you are on LinkedIn, right? And you always like post some kind of content as well. So like, were you using LinkedIn during your college days as well, or like the time you entered the corporate world?
No, in college days, I never used LinkedIn. Um, Even when I joined corporate world, I did not had a LinkedIn account. It's say last 2 to 3 years when I created my LinkedIn account, and that is when I started using it and understood the many things, multiple things that you can learn from it. The best part for in LinkedIn till now is it is yet professional. It's not like Facebook where you get all kind of advertisement ads. So if you seriously reach out for content in LinkedIn, you will get it. And if you look out for people, if you try to create your network, I believe LinkedIn is a very good network to be in. And that is the reason I am not on Facebook but on LinkedIn.
Yes, so because I think still LinkedIn is something which is actually maintaining that gap between your personal life and
Correct.
professional life, because it's not like Facebook or Instagram where you actually post your pictures of daily life and where you celebrate things. But LinkedIn is much more formal, and glad to know
Correct.
that yes, you people are still joining, because I think even in the legal fraternity as well, people are not that much aware about LinkedIn, but yes, they're gradually joining. And some people are taking advantage of LinkedIn as well. Like some people are getting internships, some are getting the job offers. So that's helping them as well, right?
Yes, it
So,
does.
yeah. So, to move on to the more informal side of the conversation, now we're going to play some rapid fire. I'll ask you some questions and you randomly have to answer them out.
Yes, I'll
Okay.
try to be
Yeah.
rapid.
Okay. So, I
Okay,
think the
great.
answer is very obvious, but still, I have to ask this question. The percentage of attendance of yours in the college?
More than 80.
Wow, I knew it. I thought that you will say that you had 100% of the attendance because you was very studious.
No, more than 80%.
Okay, more than 80%. But still, was there any professor in the college who used to cut your attendance even if you don't talk? Just yes or no. Don't name out the professor.
No, they expected us to attend. So we used to attend, and if you attend, means attend, the professors did not seriously want to cut the attendance. They wanted people to attend the classes. That is why the topics were given to us earlier, that if it is contract law, this will be taught to us. If it is any other law, this will be taught
Yeah,
to
this is what
us.
professors used to do nowadays, that they give topics, prior to the lecture day, and you have to come prepared, or at least like what they're going to teach us, right?
Correct.
So I think that's very useful for the studious students like you who will actually come prepared with the full chapter.
No, I used to study after the professor teaches it.
Okay.
So I was introvert in the sense I never used to be proactive in class. So people, the motive of students doing preparation is to answer in the class that, sir, I can answer this. This is what I know. This is that kind of situation. I used to study after professor teaches us that particular
Okay.
lesson.
But sir,
Yeah.
like, can you tell me the best experience of yours? Maybe in
In
the
college,
college or the school, yeah, which you actually remember till date.
so education is something that I do not remember. So
Okay.
the theater activities which I did, I still remember. So I remember one of the act that I did in St. Xavier's, Kolkata, where we had a team, and the act was on some terrorism, where I also played one of the policemen. So
Wow.
that was acclaimed. We got third prize, I believe. So that is one moment in college which I like.
And I think I should say that yes, I am from Jammu and Kashmir. So the time you said that
Oh,
you actually portrayed the terror attack scene and all that, yes, I'm from Jammu and Kashmir. So I think I can relate much.
you are seeing the negative side of it, but the beauty of Jammu Kashmir is immeasurable. Means it's like best. So it's
Yeah,
God's
it's very
heaven.
beautiful. One of the best cities in the country who has, very beautiful spots for the tourists as well, particularly the Kashmir, the Srinagar.
Correct.
So yeah, it's very beautiful, no
So
doubt.
I'll see the brighter side.
Yeah, exactly. Even, that's what the problem with us. Like whenever something happens, we see the negative side. We think that whatever is happening, why is this happening? But we never try to find out the reason. What's the good in that? And I think that's a teaching for all of us who's going to watch this video. That if something happens to you, maybe in a positive way or in a negative way, just try to take out a positive way out of it. Because yeah, there's the hope. Hope is something you should
Correct. It
rely
always
on.
helps.
Yeah, exactly my
Yes,
point.
it always helps.
So that was your best experience, but what about the worst one?
Worst one, I do not remember in college or school life. In corporate, yes, I can say. there were many times I was not prepared on client calls, or client calls did not go well. Those were the worst experience, and I learned from it. I worked on it, because there are multiple projects that you work on. There are multiple things on your plate that you have to work on. So sometimes you miss out things. Sometimes you do not see what the client can ask, and they suddenly ask. There are timelines that you adhere to it. So project management is not an easy task. So some of the
Exactly.
experience or the worst experience will come from there. But in
Yeah, and
college
I
and
think even
yeah,
from those worst experience, one can have the best experience in the future because you get to learn a lot.
correct.
And
I agree.
there's a saying that best experience can, maybe it can teach you something, but the worst experience can change your lives, right?
I agree.
Yeah. So that was about the worst experience. So if you could just tell me, if not law, then what other profession you would have gone for?
I would have gone for somewhere into quality line, where you manage, you improve the processes on a project, or project management, for example, Six Sigma, or something in quality line, where you manage project, you identify the loopholes, you try to improve it, and you you inform the same to the stakeholders, because that is what people look out for, a solution to the problem. And that is where I would have liked myself to be there. But legal is something, we are proactive, we draft agreements, we follow all the rules and regulations, so that we do not get in trouble. So it's like more precaution is better than cure.
I thought that you got us like this is one of the unique answers which I have ever heard during these interviews, because whenever I ask someone like if not law, what other profession they would have gone for, everyone said that they'll be a traveler or they would be a chef. So that was something very unique, I must say.
Okay, thank you.
So do you know cooking?
No.
Not at all. Can't you even make a Maggie or a cup of tea?
Yes, I can make Maggie, I can make rice, but cooking is something which, to be
Damn,
honest,
too
I don't
difficult.
know. Yeah, I have two sisters and my mother, so I did not had chance to go into the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly. This happens.
Uh,
And you are very studious, right?
yes,
You're always into your room and studying.
I used to be in my room, so I never had chance to go into the kitchen and try to. But I tried to learn things in this lockdown. I tried to.
Everyone became a chef during this lockdown.
So, correct. That is when
Exactly.
I learned some of
Okay.
the cooking.
So, like, that was about the profession. But, sir, like, if I just put before you a simple equation as to, like, what is lawyer? Lawyer is equal to what?
Lawyer is equal to someone who is a subject matter expert, because your company relies on you. You
Exactly.
have to understand everything. You have to ensure that some difficulties or any penalties or any issues do not come. So you have to foresee. So that is the best thing. I see many lawyers, they when negotiating any agreements, and because sales team wants it immediately, they agree to the clauses. That is something which one should avoid. They should speak up. They should say, no, we cannot agree to this. This is something which can put us in trouble. This is what we should adhere to. So if you create the awareness to the team, they also try to understand what you are trying to say, and this safeguards their team. So
Yes, sir.
you should know, and you should speak up. You should ensure that your company is protected. The other issues that I have seen, while people negotiate agreements, they say we have been negotiating agreement, but no issues or nothing been has been made, or any claims that has been made by any third party. That is a good thing if it has not been done. So you should not become reluctant. You never know, and nowadays the compliances are such, the penalties can be in millions, and just
Hmm.
one court order or one issue can put you in trouble. So you should never be reluctant that for last 5 years or 6 years or many years. And I see the legal awareness, especially in the tech companies or the service industry, the awareness for having a lawyer is increasing day by day. Earlier, they used to say कि we have purchase order invoices, we provide services to the client, and no agreement is required. We never have a legal team. We never had a legal team. But I see with the data privacy and other regulations coming in, this mentality is changing, and which is creating a lot of profession for legal teams, apart from litigations what we already had for years or centuries.
Yes, sir. So with this, we wrap up our rapid fire round, and I must say that it was full of fun. But sir, like I've been watching it from so long, like even during these 20 minutes of conversation, every answer of yours is actually, tilting towards the corporate world. So can you please share your experience of being into corporate sector? Because like every question of yours is attached to or somewhat, referring to the corporate world. So please share your lifetime experience of being into corporate world. How did you end up landing into corporate world?
Yeah, after 6 years of more than 6 years of experience, that is what you think, because you have 10 to 8 a job and then you sleep. So most of the time you do this. So after my college, I was certain that it will be difficult for me to join a litigation firm because I was introvert. I wanted to be in corporate, in offices, do my work. So I wanted to be in corporate. I started my career with Capgemini, that was in Kolkata. So and then after getting some knowledge, so I went into Bulgaria for transition, understanding clients work, bringing that to in India, implementing the process. And that is where I learned how projects are managed, how processes are managed, how you create documentation. Then eventually I got a job in Bangalore, that is Ocwen, and that is a home mortgage loan. So they have a lot of documentations because people do default their insurances and a lot of document. Then I moved into Wipro. So IT is something which I have worked on. There I was working on contracts as project manager, managing a team of 5 to 6 people. And then I went to Mindcrest India, where I was a quality associate. I was managing the projects from the quality point of view, how I can improve the quality of a project. And then I am in borderless access. So you can understand, I have had experience of working with multiple companies, and that has made me learn that how these things work, how you have to communicate, how you have to manage people, how you have to communicate with multiple stakeholders. Apart from the legal knowledge that you have, every company that I worked in had different subject matter. So over the period of 6 years, I have been able to attend some sort of knowledge. And legal is unending. Regulations keep on changing, agreement style keep on changing. So that is the best part, being in a legal profession. So 5 or 6 years back, I never worked on data privacy, but in last 3 to 4 years, data privacy is everywhere. Everyone is talking about GDPR, data privacy. Contract management is something that I have a keen interest on. I try to modify language of the clauses so that it's simplified and everyone can understand it. I get on a call with business team. So corporate is something which I always wanted to, and I am lucky that I have been associated with corporate. So yes, this is how my journey so far has been.
That's something, that's very, what do you call it? That's very long journey. Like 6 years is so long, and like you have changed so many companies, you get to work a lot. So I think that's very motivating for youth like us. Like you should never give up. Like if your interest lies in corporate, then explore the field. There is much more into it, right? Because you have worked in so many companies. So even if you leave any company, that doesn't mean that you didn't learn something, right? every day is a learning process. Every day you learn something.
Yes, so I never see it from the company point of view. I see it from subject matter, what I can learn, what I can give to the company, how I can improve what I am doing. So when you are associate, you just have to make the deliverables, work on the deliverables. But as and when you grow with the position, when you grow in the organization, the expectation also increases from the company. You have to improve things. You have to tell them that this will be my KRA, this will be my KPI, and this is the improvement that I will be bringing. It can be anything. It can be technology, it can be agreements, it can be processes, it can be cost, so everything. So that is the best part. When you grow in a company, you have to bring improvement, and that is what the stakeholders look out for.
That's actually very inspiring that, like you are growing day by day, and like 6 years is a long term, and like you are doing a great job. But sir, like if I could just ask you about your present company where you are working, where you are the associate manager. So can you please tell us like whether your firm takes the interns or not?
Yes, we do take interns.
So
So
what kind of interns do you take? Legal interns, technical interns?
legal interns. So
Okay. So
basically, the
what's the procedure
intern,
for the same?
they can email us. They can email us. We do take help of our HR, or we do take interviews, and they send us the CVs. So for last 2 tenures, so the internship is mostly of 2 months, where they learn contract negotiation, data privacy, and they will do contract negotiations. We have built our own contract management tool where we upload all the documents. So the internship is quite exciting. That is the feedback that I have got from the previous interns who have worked with us in terms of learning on contracts, negotiating the contracts. Data privacy is something that they will have to work rigorously. So in the interview process, we try to, we do not expect college students to have some kind of knowledge. So in the interview, will not ask something pertaining to subject matter. We try to understand how much you want to learn, and you should be serious in your internship if you actually want to learn, because if you are not serious, then it becomes very difficult, because 2 months is nothing if you really want to learn thing. And if you are not serious, it will go by like this. So this is how we take interns in our company.
I was just about to ask you something which you actually answered it right now. Like, do you people look for prior experience?
For internship, no. The motive of internship, which I believe, is to train people. And we take students who are college students. They would have done internship, but most of the internship that I see people do it in law, litigation firm or law firm. Basically, I have not come across people who have a contracts experience, negotiation, privacy policy, and that is not my objective. Internship, what I believe, is to help people so that they can understand, they can learn things, and that is what we believe in. So I'll not ask questions pertaining to your prior experience or your subject matter. I basically want, or what we basically want, is seriousness. That you should be serious and you should have that zeal to learn things.
That's actually good to know because, right now, whenever you open LinkedIn, you watch people that are struggling a lot to get the internships, right? And you people are the one who are not actually looking to get prior experience because it's nobody gonna give them the experience. How they'll gain experience, right? And if you're expecting people to know like something about contract drafting or something like that, at least someone have to give them the chance to work with some professionals to learn, and that's very good to know. But sir, any bar on the year of study? Like, do you take second year, third year, or fourth year onwards?
So first year is something which we have not taken, but
Okay.
from second year onwards, yes, we do take. First year is something where you understand what law is, what LLBs. You have some common subjects like
Yeah.
contract law, corporate law, taxation law. So some basic knowledge is what we expect in terms of legal. They should know, but we prefer taking students from second, third, or fourth.
But so one more thing, like, that's very disappointing sometimes. Like people send their mails and they get a reply that the slots are full till, the next year. So can you please tell us, like, the slots are open or like up to which month the slots are booked?
So currently we have intern who is working with us. So it is based on requirement if we need, if we have a lot of work, because we do not want to hire an intern and not give him or her any tasks to do. So we see the workload if our current team can manage it, and we do not. I personally do not like giving hope to people in the sense I'll post something in LinkedIn, then it will be there for a month. We will hire, but we will not delete that post, and people will keep on replying, waiting for us to reply. Because student life is something where characters are built. They understand how corporate lives are work. So we take interviews, we immediately tell them that whether you are selected or not selected, what are the reasons, what are the focus area that you should work on.
So the
And
specific thing right now is like if someone sends the application in your company, so whether they'll be eligible or not, like eligible in the sense that are you taking interns right now, or like it is based on something that you post on your social media handles at a particular time you need interns, or you take interns throughout the year?
not throughout the years, as and when required, when the
Okay.
workflow is high, because we do not want our interns to sit and when the team
Yeah,
can
exactly.
do the work.
That is why I asked the question.
Yeah, so in LinkedIn, luckily, I do not have to post it in LinkedIn. I have been very active and I get a lot of messages from the students that, sir, in case there is some internship in your company, Hers, if there is an internship in your company, then please take us. So I prefer someone who has already communicated to me. I am on various WhatsApp group where legal student are there. So I try to take interns from those vicinity. Otherwise, people do message me on LinkedIn. Means occasional, means weekly, I receive 4 to 5 messages for sure, that in case GDPR, data privacy, contract management is something they are looking out for. I see their profile because in LinkedIn people update their education, their internships and other thing. I see and I communicate with them, but we do not take interns throughout the year. I don't think interns are available also throughout the year. It's basically specific to June to August month or towards the December or January, when the college specify or give them the time that yes, this is your internship month. So that is when we try to take interns.
Yes, sir. So thank you so much for letting us know about the slot availability, because internship is something which everyone is looking, and like when they end up getting nothing, that's very disappointing for some.
Correct.
Because yeah,
July
that's a
is
very critical
coming.
issue nowadays.
Correct. And we try to help students so that they
That's good
understand
to know.
how this legal workflow. So we provide access to all the tools
Okay.
and the technologies that we have, because that is what is very important. You should learn how to communicate, how to send emails,
Yes, sir.
how to use the technology. So what we do, they also do while growing. So I will be negotiating an agreement and I can ask the intern to negotiate the same, and we'll get on a call and discuss that these are the changes that I have made to the agreement. This is what they could do. So it's a solder or buddy system that we say that we follow.
So yeah, that was good to know. But sir, like to be on a more formal note, now we going to wrap up the session. So to wrap up the session on a more positive note, so any kind of suggestion for the budding lawyers or the batch of 2020, 2021, plus the law students who are currently in their law schools and looking for more and more opportunities. So any sort of suggestion for them?
So what I think people are when you complete your education or your graduation, I see many of them are confused whether they want to join law firm, whether they want to join litigation, or whether they want to join. Determine one thing, what you actually want to do. Do not go for money, and that is what I did not go for when I completed my educations. Subject matter is something that is very very important. You have to keep learning, you have to ask questions from the experts. So LinkedIn is something where I connect with the experts on data privacy. I ask them questions, and they reply also. So you have to select one field where you want to excel, and go for subject matter knowledge, and that is what you should look out for always.
That's a good sort of suggestion. Like, whatever fascinates you does not mean that you have to go for it. If your interest lies over that place, go over there. And sometimes what happen is if you love reading out something, that doesn't mean that practically you also love doing it, right? There is a difference
Correct.
between doing something and reading about it something. So you actually pointed it out, like where your interest lies, go over there. And just don't look out for money every time, because money can satisfy your needs for a particular point of time. But when you take out your long-term career goals, money is something would satisfy you if the work isn't satisfying you at a point of time. So
No,
that's a
that will
good sort of
eventually
advice.
come. Money will
Exactly
eventually
my
come
point. If you're
if you are
interested in a work, you'll put your 200% into it, and obviously the money would come to you for sure.
Yes, that is what I believe. So
Exactly.
every
So
people
that
have their
was,
own perception.
yeah, that is what you pointed out. And we are glad to know that you are also, having a good number of experiences with you. And that's actually very motivating for the youth like us. So thank you so much, sir, once again for coming to our channel and talking about the law school journey, the CS journey, your corporate world, because all of your answers were related to the corporate world only. And you actually told us about your area of expertise. Your suggestions for the law students were very engaging, very interesting, and very helpful. And I hope that audience who want to watch this video will find it motivating and apply the same on their own career life and professional life. So with this, we wrap up our session. Thank you so much, sir, once again.
Thank you, Damini, for inviting over. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.